The real thing that we want you to get out of this today is when your trip is fixed, when it's stuck, the strategy is not.
We all have these kind of stuck trips, and cruises are a great example of that, but there's probably a whole bunch of others.
Some trips are flexible. Some trips, like the ones that we've been mentioning, are more locked in. You have set dates, set location. You could even have both.
Well, examples are, as you guys were saying, a wedding or schools, depending on the state you are in. It starts on August 10. The kids have to be back. And the cruises, you can't control either of these things. And you have a fixed date and fixed location.
And so that often can feel like you just have zero flexibility. And what we want you to know and what we want to discuss here today is it's not that you have zero flexibility, you just have different flexibility. There are ways that you can create flexibility in inflexible circumstances. When you don't control the dates or the destination, you can control the strategy. This is where honing your JGOOT skill set and really learning the skills that we're here teaching you every week really comes into play, because you have to get more strategic. Okay, so you're not waiting for the perfect option, you're actually going to be building one. When you don't control when you go somewhere or where you're going to go, you do control how you're going to get to that location, what you're willing to pay and how you're going to pay for it, how creative you're willing to get, and how long you're willing to stay and play the game. These are the things that allow people to create options for themselves so that they can actually build a JGOOT style trip and get a win.
And before we keep going, you need to follow these tips and check Google Flights. That is app that you can have next to Google Flights, and it's going to tell you the price and points as well. Then you check seats.aero, you see what the points options are. And then you start pulling the levers and trying to be creative, as Julie is saying, because you have no other choice. You have the destination set and the time set, and you have to keep going. First see your options, then shape the outcome. Okay, so you can control what airport you're flying out of.
So that first one, airport flexibility, like she said, we're all in Florida, so I used Florida as a good demonstration of this, but you could do this in any state with any city that you're in, okay? You can't change where you're going, but you can change where you're flying from and where you're flying to. So you may have heard us discuss this in other presentations. This is what we call positioning. If you were to position to a different airport so that you can get a better deal, that's called positioning.
You can use tools to figure out what flights come out of which airport that's near you.
So let's talk about cabinet class flexibility. When we're talking about stuck trips, it is an option. I'm not saying it's a requirement to mix your cabin and mix your classes. That could be you fly business one direction and maybe you fly economy or premium economy the other direction. When you're talking about cruising, that can also look like changing cabins. So maybe you go from a suite level to balcony.
The third lever is there are several airlines that allows you cash and points. So that I want to make sure that you guys know that. But at the beginning, as I said, you can use cash, you can use points. You find yourself a flight on Google Flights, you find the points price, it's not a good redemption, you pay cash. The cash flight is very expensive, but you can find a cheap points flight, you pay points. And the premium credit cards that most of you guys have give you so many benefits.
All right, timing at the edges. Mira talked about this earlier. You do have fixed trip dates and locations, but you can leave earlier, you can return later. You also have the option to do red-eye flights. That's just one lever that you can pull. If you're like, Julie, I have to be there this day and I have to depart this day, that's fine. Lever 4 is not for you, go pick another one. So we're just giving you ways to create flexibility.
I love doing this myself because it will save you 5-10 minutes a day, will save you so much in points and cash.
This is probably, in my opinion, like the biggest piece of advice I could give you is this. The reason is this: I don't solve stuck trips in one sitting. I solve them in 5 minutes a day. I don't sit down and magically come up with an answer the second I sit at my laptop. If I did, then it wouldn't be a stuck trip. If it was that fast, then it wouldn't be stuck to begin with. But these things are solved in that 5-minute search a day, because eventually I just know, I have faith that I know my routes, I know my hubs, I know what I'm looking for, and I know that if I keep playing with it and keep playing with it, I'm either going to find a cash deal or a points deal that I'm happy with. Let me show you what this actually looks like for me. And if we're talking about cruising, I did have a cruise at one point. I involve cruises in my check-in every day. I'm a cash deal girl. model. I like it because I can get really good rates on cruises, but I also get on the newer ships. I'm not getting like leftover inventory or anything like that. I'm a cruise ship enthusiast. This for me, one time on one of my cruises saved me $1,000 just by checking in. And I don't even check daily on the cruises. I normally check weekly, but just by regularly checking those cash rates, I was able to see the rate drop. I saved $1,000. Same cruise line, same itinerary, same cabin. I changed nothing. I saved $1,000. So that by itself is just an example of what this 5-minute daily habit can be. So staying in the game, we're going to check daily. Like we said, we're checking 5 minutes a day, and I'm watching for the flight that I knew I wanted, which was a really nice, beautiful midday flight, particularly paying attention to Delta and Virgin, because Virgin's a part of Delta. So I'm paying attention to them because they've got the flight I actually want, but that doesn't mean I'm not checking my other options. I'm just ignoring all the crappy options, and I kept staying there and waiting for the right move. I stayed ready for it. All right, so what made it work? Like I said, knowing my routes, knowing my airlines, I know my transfer partners, and I checked every day. I did 5 minutes a day. This isn't luck, it's a skill set, and having the skill set makes the difference on whether or not you're gonna find the deal.
By the way, Julie, it's English, right? I didn't want to say that you're annoying. I wanted to say it's annoying how good you are. It's like when she starts talking, and I'm like, how on earth does she know all of this? But anyway, we will always tell you, go where the deals are. That's how I personally travel because I have the flexibility. But when you cannot do that, you use your skill set, you make it work because you know what it is. And if nothing else lines up, if nothing else happens and everything is still expensive, just pay with the cash, earn points, and you will get your money or some of your money back.
All right, the real thing that we want you to get out of this today is when your trip is fixed, when it's stuck, the strategy is not. You always control the strategy. And the strategy may be earning the most points possible on your trip with cash, but you have so many levers to pull here, okay? You have so many opportunities to create flexibility depending on how creative you want to get.
Hey, real quick, I do want to throw this back up there because we've mentioned it a few times, and good grief, as I'm seeing the comments, there are a lot of cruisers out there. And so I want to make sure you guys got what we were talking about earlier. Julie, Mira, y'all have put together a course that teaches how to get these free and almost free cruises. Really kind of walk through it step by step. Is that right? Lesson by lesson here?
Absolutely, yeah. We also break down, like we start at the beginning with like which cruise lines are going to be better for you, which ships are going to work better for you, because everyone has different preferences. We get asked a lot, like what's our recommendation for the best ship and the best cruise line? But that really depends on if you're traveling with family or you're traveling as a couple. Do you like activities? Do you want more shows? Do you care about the spa? So there's always going to be different recommendations depending on what your cruise style actually is. So we talk about that. We talk about how to find out details about your ship so you can find what's going to work best for you. We talk about cash deal strategies and how to find amazingly good cash deals so you don't even have to deal with our almost free strategies.
Someone was asking, this JCoot Vault that's on the page, is that different? Does that include the cruises membership? Tell us how that works.
Yeah, we did include a promotional rate on JCoot Vault as well. That's on that page also. So that is the lowest price that we ever offer that at. It's also a great time to join that. If you are in JCoot Vault, then JCoot Cruises is included. You're already getting this as part of your membership. If you're not in the Vault and you want to be a part of it, JCoot Cruises is included. So you will get this as part of your membership. The Vault is a combination of all 6 of our JCoot memberships. So you get all of the curriculum from earning multipliers, redemption multipliers, the JCoot Vault itself, the cruises course. We teach companion pass strategies there as well. So you're getting all of this.
Somebody asked, I was going to join the Vault, but there aren't any airports near me. So does that mean I'm not going to receive these daily triplets? What does that look like?
No, you will still receive daily triplers. You just need to pick the airport that's closest to you. And in my case, for instance, right now I'm actually in the panhandle of Florida. There's not necessarily an airport close to me, but I'm a large hub, okay? Because we're looking at the larger hubs because that's where we're gonna find a lot of Rule 1 travel deals. And it's also going to be easier for you to position to a large hub. So what you need to do is go to Flight Connections, like we talked about earlier. Put in your home airport code, the little airport that's close to you. Put that in and see where the flights are going daily. See where it's going to be easiest for you to position to. For example, where I'm at currently, We get most of our flights through Delta, and Delta is going to fly to Atlanta because that's their main epicenter, okay, is in Atlanta. So for that reason, I would probably ask for trip alerts for Atlanta because I know that that's going to be the easiest place for me to position to, unless I want to drive. And if I want to drive, it could be Atlanta, that's 5 hours for me. It could be Orlando, but that's 6 hours for me. Do I really want to drive? Probably not, which means I'm going to do Atlanta because I can fly there easier. So look where it's going to be the easiest for you to position to and select that airport.
That's perfect. And Joel dropped a nugget out there for us as well. You can also choose an airport most likely to get you to your destination. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm interested in European travel, well, you might pick DC or New York. I want to get to Asia. You might pick something on the West Coast because you're going to see more deals to those parts of the world. So if there isn't one near you, that's another good option as well.